Hello Tim friends, and welcome back to the channel. For today's episode of Tim in Japan, we head to the exciting, incredible, the amazing, immersive art display known as teamLab Planets Tokyo. This place is incredible. It's mind-blowing, it's full of these colors and shapes and sounds and textures, and you guys really just gotta see it to understand. And luckily enough, I'll be sharing that with all of you today. And for the rest of the vlog, we'll be hitting up a local park nearby teamLab, and afterward we'll be heading to Nihonbashi, which is right next to Ginza, for some delicious dinner and dessert. After the vlog, be sure to stick around for this edition of Tim's Travel Tips, where I'll be talking all about the experience of teamLab. Was it worth it? Did I enjoy it? How best you can enjoy it if you're planning your next trip to Tokyo. But with all that being said, I'll meet you guys in the vlog. Hey, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Genki Vlogs. In what will be a theme going forward, first stop, right next door to Lawson for a quick breakfast. Caffeine, sugar, and fried chicken, the three main food groups. And we are on our way to teamLab Planets. Waiting for the bus, enjoying the beautifully blooming azaleas. Our first time taking the bus in Japan, but all went well. Very affordable and easy with IC cards and Google Maps. And there's our destination. We arrived a little early to scope the place out and make sure we were on time. There's a small restaurant and gift shop right next to some interesting outdoor art displays. But we'll be back a little later. Now that we're here, let's slow things down a bit. After a hectic morning of traveling, it was a good time to take a rest. Walking just down the street, we happened upon this fantastic little park right on the riverfront. A train, a playground, and plenty of open space. Plus a stunning view of the water. Beautiful spot for a break to catch some chill vibes. Across the way was this grocery store with attached cafe, so we decided to stop in for a look. Small, quaint place with a simple yet interesting menu. Love that atmosphere. Ordered a latte and an anko filled croissant, both satisfying and delicious. Serendipitous find, a very chill spot to cozy up to those great views. on our way out, I noticed that the attached grocery store had this interesting smartphone self-scan and checkout system. But we have places to be. And we've arrived, back at teamLab Planets. When you first enter, you're escorted into this room where an instructional video plays and you're told to remove your shoes and socks. It opens up into a large locker room area where you can keep your shoes, socks, and bags. The lockers are free of charge and quite spacious. If needed, you can also rent a pair of shorts for free here. And now, on to the exhibits. I'll catch up with you guys later. we're back. Hope you all enjoyed that meditative trip through teamLab planets. Here's a quick look at the gift shop before we head out for dinner. Keeping with the theme, the place and offerings are very minimalistic. Back on the bus, we are headed just across the river over to Nihonbashi. A little time to take in the sights and do some window shopping along the way. And here we are, Tonkatsu Hajime. A very small establishment with bar seating for about 10 people. They take your order before you enter, so it's ready when you arrive at your seat. Simple yet elegant, plenty of condiments available to change up the flavor, and here it is, the tonkatsu set. Comes with miso soup, rice, and some Japanese pickles. I also ordered fried anko on the side. Truly stunning. Everything was so light, crispy, and flavorful. Each and every piece cooked to absolute perfection. Okay, we just ate at Tonkatsu Hajime, and it was literally the best tonkatsu of my life, and I had a transcendent experience eating it, and I highly recommend it. The total was around $25 US with an ebi fry and an anago eel a la carte. Definitely go there, even if there's a line, it's amazing. And nearby, we checked out this beautiful little shrine right in the heart of the city. It was a gorgeous rainy evening in Nihonbashi. Time for dessert at Ishiya Nihonbashi. That's right, we had to do it. Strawberry Parfait, straight out of an anime and just as good as it looks. Elegant, classy, and a delicious way to end the evening. Back at the hotel, we wound down with some more fun Japanese TV. And to finish out the night, we'll try out some Japanese grocery store finds. So red. These bath salts and affordable strawberries. Welcome back, Tim friends. So, did you guys enjoy the vlog? This one was a lot of fun. teamLab planets, what an experience. And so, that means it's time for Tim's travel tips. Like I said earlier, this one will be centered around teamLabs because that's what the vlog was mainly about. So first thing I wanted to mention is that it is very touristy and very busy. Probably like 80 to 90% tourists, not really a local Japanese kind of spot. Mostly foreigners from other countries are there. So that's a bit of a double-edged sword. You know, if you're looking for more of that familiarity, more people that speak English, more people familiar with your culture, you'll get a lot of that. But on the flip side, that does mean people will be a little ruder, a little louder, maybe not always follow the rules, maybe their hygiene won't be as good, which brings me to my next point. They do require you to take off your shoes and socks for the entire time because there are many exhibits where you need to be barefoot, and actually water can reach up to your knee level. Plus, some rooms have mirrors around literally the entire space, meaning floors and ceilings, so you should dress appropriately. Don't wear short dresses or skirts, or if you are wearing them, they do offer shorts to rent out. We didn't need to do that, so I don't know how that goes, but it is available. As far as removing your socks and shoes and the general busyness of the area, I would say you should probably consider skipping the whole thing entirely if you come during the summer months, as people get all hot and sweaty and lots of odors start occurring, especially with everybody being in their bare feet. It's probably better reserved for those cooler days or cooler climate months. And continuing in that vein of it being very busy is just take your time. Carve out your own space. Pretty much all of the exhibits, the rooms are very large. So if you just take your time and find a specific area, you can find your own space and really immerse yourself in the experience. And to me, that was the best way to do all of the things, was to find a place that was just me or just me and my wife, and we were just more separate from the big crowds. And that allowed us to take the time to really enjoy and experience what was put on display. I think if you get too caught up in the crowds and all of the busyness and all the various possible odors, you will probably have a worse time. So just take your time, relax, you're there to experience everything. So find a space and enjoy yourself. And as far as is it worth it? I totally think it is. For around $20 per person, if you can find your own space to really immerse yourself, the experience is unlike anything else I've ever done. I mean, there are other teamLab exhibits around Japan, but as far as I know right now in Tokyo, it's only teamLab Planets, and they've done a really phenomenal job of putting this whole space together and creating these really interesting, immersive art pieces that you just don't really find in other places, at least not that I know of. So I would totally say it's worth it, especially if it's your first trip to Tokyo and you're looking for something really interesting and exciting to do. Just again, manage your expectations and take your time. A couple other little things we learned from this part of the trip was riding the bus really isn't too bad. Similar to what I said in the last video, use Google Maps. It'll tell you the name of the bus and the number of the bus and when exactly it arrives, and it will take you directly to the station that you need to go to. And then when you get on the bus, just use your IC card, tap the little payment thing, and then you're good. And then when you leave, you just get off the bus. This is not always the same with every single bus. Sometimes you have to pay before you get on, sometimes you have to pay as you're getting off. But look at the people around you, see what they're doing, or usually if you just try to pay but the bus driver is there, he'll tell you no, like pay later, something like that. Buses are a really affordable and pretty simple way to get around, and they are pretty punctual. We did see buses late a few times. They're not as 100% on time as the trains, but that's due to traffic and everything. But totally, buses are a good way to get around, especially when there's no direct train to where you want to go. And then for dinner, as you saw, we hit up the Nihonbashi Ginza area. This place is full of a lot of more higher end, fancy buildings, shops, and restaurants, but still, a lot of the food is incredibly good and quite affordable. So definitely check out the area. It's a nice place to do some window shopping, to see, the sort of other walks of life and culture in Japan. A really cool place to check out. Very beautiful at night, especially. And one last tip is check out Japanese grocery stores. I have some more footage coming up in a different vlog, but I just wanted to mention that quickly here because everybody talks about conbini, which are amazing, don't get me wrong. Love conbini, went to so many of them. But grocery stores are like conbini times 10, which makes sense, right? Conbini are like tiny grocery stores. The food is incredibly affordable, the selection is unparalleled, and many or most of them have self-checkouts, which makes it even easier to check out than at conbini. So you can get a lot of good snacks and foods and bentos and drinks and alcohol and so much stuff. Grocery stores are a really hot tip for finding affordable and easy to eat foods and snacks and drinks and stuff like that. So be sure to check out a grocery store because wherever you're staying, there's probably a grocery store somewhere nearby. But yeah, I think that will about do it for this episode of Tim in Japan. Hope you all enjoyed it. Be sure to stop by the Discord, come by and chat, see what's going on lately, get a quick look behind the scenes. And of course, check out my Instagram, as I mentioned in the first video. All of the vertical videos you saw are from my Instagram. You can check out all the stuff I did on my story replays there. So if you want more of this content, follow me on Instagram, check out the Discord, and following this will be a preview of the next episode. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.